Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the best places to live in the state of Maryland for families, and let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching and coming back to the channel where we talk about all things living in Maryland. If that's the kind of information you're looking for, make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to be notified of our new weekly videos. And if you ever have any real estate questions, buying, selling, renting, feel free to reach out anytime. We love answering any questions you have and helping out in any way possible. So let's jump right in today. We're going to talk about the best places to live in Maryland for families. Been getting a lot of calls, people with kids want to know kind of where good schools are, best places to be. So I wanted to make a video about it and give you some thoughts of mine, as well as over the years with clients, kind of where they're targeting for families and where they like based on good schools and locations within certain counties here in Central Maryland. All right, first we're going to start with Baltimore County. So Baltimore County is massive. So if you pull it up on a map, it stretches all the way southwest of the city, all the way up to the Pennsylvania state line. So this is a massive county. If you're looking in Baltimore County, you're going to have a lot of different options. I will say that a very popular area seems to be up and down the 83 corridor that takes you straight up from the city all the way up into Pennsylvania. So as you get outside of the Beltway, Baltimore's Beltway is 695. Outside of the Beltway and up 83, there's a lot of pretty good areas. So it starts with like Lutherville, Timonium, and then you head into Cockeysville, and you head up towards Phoenix. And then you've got Hunt Valley is a really nice little community in there that's very popular, very nice. There's really pretty good schools in that area as well. And it's nice because you're still fairly close to the Beltway. So for commuting as far as work to get into Baltimore or the surrounding areas, it's still ideal for that. So that's an area that definitely see a lot of families targeting, and something you should check out if you're looking in Baltimore County. All right, next let's talk about Montgomery County. Montgomery County is hands down going to be the most expensive county to live in Maryland, especially when it comes to home prices. Montgomery County is highly tied to the DC market, so you're going to see that reflect in cost of living and all those sorts of things. So to start, in central and eastern parts of Montgomery County, I would say Silver Spring, especially the northern part as you get north of 200. 200, if you look on a map, it's a newer toll road. It runs east-west. Silver Spring to the north of that is definitely a fairly desirable area. It gets you a little further out where you can get a little more, you see third of an acre, half acre parcels, a lot more single families, better schools. So that's definitely something that I see a lot of people targeting. And then another one as you head a little west, more into central Montgomery County, is Olney. Olney's very popular. It's not too big, but it's got great schools. Definitely still in a good commuting area to DC if you got to get into that area, or greater Montgomery County. So that's definitely a very popular area. If you're really looking to focus on schools and you want to be in the Montgomery County area, I would highly suggest doing more research on Olney. All right, and then next, to move over into the western part of Montgomery County, you're going to see more of Rockville, and then Gaithersburg, Germantown. So Rockville's got some very nice areas too. It just is very expensive. I mean, you're probably, if you want to buy a single family home out there, you're looking at definitely well into the 6s, 700s, depending on kind of what you're looking for. And then as you get a little more west, like I mentioned, Germantown and Gaithersburg are pretty decent areas. And then as you head up further up to 70, you're going to have some very nice areas as well. The schools get pretty good up there, as well as you head north up 270 to Frederick. 270 has really kind of brought more people to those types of areas because it runs north-south. It brings all the way down from Frederick into the DC Beltway, which is 495. So you're definitely seeing a lot of growth in those areas. A lot of new builds as far as newer communities, new housing and things like that. So those are definitely some good areas as you get a little further north up to 70 heading towards Frederick. Those are definitely popular areas for good schools, and definitely areas that I see families heading towards. All right, let's stay in that general area, and if you keep heading north up 270, you're going to run right into Frederick. Now, Frederick has exploded in recent years, probably the last 10 to 15 years. It was mainly farmland before that, and it has just grown exponentially, a lot due to DC commuters. So you're probably looking at about an hour-ish as far as your commute into DC, but you got a ton of people expanding up to there because there's a lot more opportunity as far as home building. Home prices have not really, they're definitely significantly lower than a lot of Montgomery County. So Frederick is going to be a pretty good area as well. The city of Frederick, something to be aware of is it does have a city tax. So that's something that you want to just be aware of. In addition to your traditional property taxes, you're going to see that city tax there. But especially as you get outside of the incorporated part of Frederick, definitely a lot of nice, very suburban feeling neighborhoods, a lot of nice homes, pretty good schools. So Frederick's going to offer a lot of that as well. If you're willing to do that kind of commute, depending on where you're working, Frederick is something that you want to check out as well. All right, next we're going to talk about Howard County. So from Frederick, if you head east on 70 is going to take you straight into Howard County. And Howard County is just very well known all throughout the state of Maryland. People come into Howard County for the schools. They've got great schools. So if you are really targeting schools and you're looking to be in central Maryland as far as commuting distance from Baltimore, commuting distance from DC or any general central Maryland area, Howard County is definitely going to be something that I would encourage you to check out. Their schools are very, very good, very highly sought after. So that's something that you definitely want to look into, especially as you get into western Howard County. You're going to see the school ratings definitely go up versus some of the central and eastern parts. So in general, they're very good as far as schools, very well funded. But if you're looking for that top tier school within Howard County, you're going to want to probably look into the western part of it, western Ellicott City, West Friendship, Clarksville, areas like that, Woodbine. You're going to see those school ratings are pretty top notch out there. Another nice thing about Howard County that I wanted to mention is it is extremely family friendly. So you've got Columbia that has been extremely built up over the years. They've got a ton of different shopping. They've got the mall there, a lot of different lakes and parks and ways to get outdoors with the family if you want to hike, if you want to bike and things like that. So Howard County's got a lot of that to offer as well. Centennial Park is kind of on the Columbia, Ellicott City border off of 108. And that's a huge park, got a ton of walking. They've got a snack stand, some fishing that you can do, a pretty good sized lake there. So a lot of opportunity for that within Howard County that you want to check out as well, to spend some time with the family outdoors. Okay, so what if you're looking for a little bit of land? And I know that's a little vague. So in Maryland, a little bit of land would probably be half acre to an acre and a half. It gets very, very expensive, some of the most expensive land in the country, I would think. So it's very, very pricey out here, just given the ties to the DC and then the Baltimore, the dual metro area. The costs are very expensive out here. But if you're looking for a little bit of space, looking for a little bit of land, western Howard County as you head out towards Frederick, so kind of right in the middle of Route 70 in between Ellicott City and Frederick, the three counties come and kind of meet. So you got Frederick County, Carroll County, a little strip of it, and then you've got Howard County all right there kind of in the Mount Airy area. That is a very, very nice area if you're looking for a little bit of space. And then it gets a little more affordable as you head up into Carroll County. So depending on what kind of commute you're working with as far as where you need to get to for work, Carroll County is a great opportunity as well, especially in not getting too far north into it, because Carroll County goes all the way up to Pennsylvania. But in that Woodbine area, Sykesville, Eldersburg has some very, very nice properties, a lot more opportunity for a little bit of land, a little bit of space between your neighbors, because in the other areas you're going to see a lot more of homes kind of on top of each other. So if you're not really looking for that, I would definitely explore that area, especially as you get into Carroll County. You're going to see those prices just drop a little bit as you get a little further away kind of from the metro areas, but that's definitely an area to consider as well. All right, and last but not least, wanted to mention Arundel County. So this is another popular, well-populated county as well in the Central Maryland area. Offers a lot of housing and easy commuting to both DC and Baltimore, depending on kind of what part you're in. So some popular areas that I see families really head towards and steer towards is the Odenton, Crofton, Gambrel areas, and then there's a lot of little areas in there as well that are nice, like Severna Park, Millersville, and then you can kind of head towards the Bay as well. But those are some very nice areas, pretty strong, good schools in those areas as well. So if you're looking for something like that, I would head towards those areas to find that. I do like to mention to people Route 3, which is kind of runs north-south through Gambrels and Crofton, really has been built up over the last several years. It's got a ton of different shopping and stuff on there, which is great, but there's also just a ton of traffic, a lot of activity there. So you just want to be careful to just kind of know to expect that if you're looking in those areas, because there's not a ton of easy commuting from those areas. You've kind of got to, if you're heading into DC, you've got to get south down through Bowie to get to 50 to cut across into DC. And then if you're kind of in the heart of Crofton as well, you're going to have to get, if you head into Baltimore, you got to get north up Route 3 to 97 to 100. So you want to just pay attention to those commuting times, but Route 3 has really picked up in a lot more traffic, a lot more lights and things like that. So you want to be prepared for that as well. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hope this video helps. If you have any questions about moving to Maryland, good areas for you and your family to look into, to maybe pursue, feel free to reach out anytime, comment below or reach out directly, and we'll see you with the next video.